There's body cam footage police departments wish had never seen the light of day. These are 4 of the most disturbing cases on record, and once you see them, you'll understand why no one has ever been able to explain what happened. Case 1. The One Who Wouldn't Stay Down. March 16th, 2023. Police get sent to a house after a call about a young man acting in a way nobody at the scene could make sense of.
Hey, stop, right now. Stop. Relax.
He just jumped from
He just jumped from the banister again.
3 times.
Relax. What's going on? Why are you jumping like that? Are you hurt?
The body cam shows officers walking in to find him standing at the railing of a staircase. Without any kind of buildup, he climbs onto it and drops straight down to the floor below. Then, not long after, he does the exact same thing again. His family tells the officers this isn't new. He's already done it multiple times in the past 30 minutes. Before this, he'd jumped off the back deck, a fall of around 7 or 8 feet, gotten straight back up, and gone again. He hurt his shoulder badly enough to need an ER visit, got looked over, got sent home. None of that stopped him either. But the jumping isn't even the part that unsettles people most. It's how completely still he goes in the gaps between.
Do you want to talk outside? What's going on? Are you hurt? You not talking to me is not going to solve anything. We have to figure out what's going on. That's not normal. Do you want to talk to me, or are you just going to stand there? Just back up. Hey, relax. I'm not trying to fight you or anything, okay? Because that obviously wasn't normal, from what I just saw.
Yeah, he jumped 3 times in the space of last half an hour.
Okay. Are you injured at all?
He hurt his left shoulder blade.
Okay.
Doing cartwheeling. I took him to emergency. They checked him out, he's fine. But that didn't stop him from jumping again. He also jumped outside from the
Can you
the
just...
deck few times. The deck is like 7-8 feet down. The land is 7-8 feet down.
Okay.
He jumped that and then he started jumping here.
Hey, over here.
Officers try again and again to get him talking, and he gives them nothing. He just locks eyes with them and stays silent. He's not threatening anyone, not making any demands. He just stands there, watching, and every so often, his hands close slowly into fists, almost on their own. One officer keeps his tone even, trying to reach him, telling him none of this is worth it, that nobody in the room thinks he's done anything criminal, that they just want to know he's safe. The young man barely reacts. When he does finally move, it's toward the officer, slow, wordless, and it's enough to put everyone in that room on edge without him saying a thing.
Oh, nobody's in trouble or anything. The fact that you keep moving and shuffling towards me like you're about to swing on me or something is disturbing for me. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get into some type of position to try and flank me or whatever you're trying to do. And we're not going to go down this route, okay? Or you're going to try and run. You're not going anywhere right now, okay?
Stop resisting. You're under arrest. You are under arrest, buddy. I gotta speak.
Get in the head position.
Hands now!
I got this hand. All right, stop fighting. Just relax, okay?
His parents are standing right there in their own home, watching all of it, unable to explain any of it. The officers can't either. He's not intoxicated. He's not demanding anything. He's hurled himself off elevated surfaces hard enough to injure himself, and each time he's simply gotten up and done it again, the whole time looking at the people around him like he's gazing through them entirely. When he finally lunges at the officer, it takes several of them to get him under control and into custody. The paperwork afterward lists out the charges, but it can't account for what everyone standing in that house actually witnessed. A man in his own home, saying nothing, throwing himself off things that should have stopped him, and standing back up every single time. Case 2. The Man with No Name. September 1st, 2022. A man walks into a Walmart, picks up an item he clearly has no way of paying for, and just refuses to put it down or leave the store. Staff call the police, and by the time officers show up, the shoplifting is already the least strange part of what's happening.
What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, check this out. Look at me real quick.
Yeah, look at you.
Hey, anything that you're willing to buy, they don't want you to buy it. So I need you to come to the front with me. I'm gonna explain to that when I get to the front, all right? Just come with me right now.
Police 503-1046.
I'm 10-4. I was trying to tell 677 we was in the electronic section, but I think the gentleman is gonna walk with me to the front of the store.
She will pay for it.
Nah, they don't want you. They're not gonna let you buy them.
Why is that?
They don't want you to buy them.
Well, I'll just skin them. Like I'm supposed to get them by rights.
Let me hold them. I got them. Put them down.
It's all right.
You can't buy them.
You're all right.
They're not gonna let you buy
I'm
them.
taking it.
Listen, this is where if you don't listen to me, you go to jail. So put them down.
I'm taking it.
Listen. Hey,
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You don't have any.
hey.
Here's where it gets strange. He won't give them his name. Officers get him to the ground and cuffed fairly quickly, but from that point on, the entire encounter turns into a standoff over one single question. They ask him who he is. He won't say. Instead, he just repeats the same thing back at them again and again, telling the officer to say his name, like the officer's already supposed to know it and is just choosing not to say it.
Stop. You can roll over. I'm not trying to choke you, but if you're gonna act like that, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. Stop.
Wow. Stupid. Call the name.
I'm gonna roll him over.
Say the name.
Say that
You only
name.
got this way.
Say the name.
Say the name. Just say the name. Say my name.
Stapling.
Say my name.
Hey,
If
you don't give up, you're gonna be
Say
tased.
my name.
You're gonna get tased.
Roll on each other. Say my name. That's how you do it. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name.
They try to reason with him. They explain calmly that jail won't process him without an ID, that he'll just be sitting in a cell until he gives them something. He doesn't seem to care either way. When they finally get an answer out of him, it isn't really a name. First Marty, then Mighty, and then Mighty Mo. No last name stays consistent, no birth date, no address, nothing that can actually be checked against anything real. Then he says something the officer clearly isn't prepared for, that there are a lot more of them than there are of the police, not more of him, more of us. The officer barely reacts, goes right back to the paperwork. But on the recording, that one sentence sticks out, a strange crack in what otherwise looks like a routine arrest. A man with no name, no ID, calmly speaking like he's representing something bigger than just himself. What never quite lines up is how little of it makes sense together. No money, no card, no actual way to buy what he wouldn't let go of, and no way to prove he was anyone at all. He didn't get violent the way people usually do when they're caught. He was fixated on one single idea, that his name was something the officers already knew, and that saying it out loud was their responsibility, not his. They put him in the car still asking, and he's still refusing to answer as they drive off. He's booked under a name that doesn't mean anything. A man who came from nowhere, wanted something he couldn't pay for, and never let a single officer find out who he actually was. And as far as any record shows, they never did. Case 3, Talking to No One. August 9th, 2024. What starts out as a routine speeding stop turns into something the officers can't quite get a handle on. They pull a woman over on a road she doesn't seem willing to explain being on, and almost immediately, this stops looking like a normal traffic stop. She tells the officer she doesn't have time for this and tries to walk off. When they move to arrest her, she resists, and from that point, the footage becomes a long stretch of things she says that never quite connect to one another. One moment she's furious, clearly in real distress. The next, she's calm, almost warm, talking about a place she used to belong to, about being proposed to twice, about some night she remembers being filmed. She gives her name as Elizabeth, then in the same breath calls herself Monica, then something else entirely. She says she doesn't even know what the initial in her name stands for. She keeps flipping between wanting to go home, wanting to go to a hospital, and wanting someone to call her parents. More than once, she asks the officers if they even have real jobs. She's talking to the people standing right in front of her, and she's talking to people who clearly aren't there at all. Nothing she says lines up, and the officers spend the entire stop a step behind, responding to a version of the conversation that keeps shifting under them. There's nothing in the footage anyone can hold up as proof of anything unusual. No shadow, no strange sound on the recording, nothing moving on its own. What actually gets to people is quieter than that. It's watching someone carry on several conversations at once when only one of them is actually with the officer in front of her, and slowly getting the sense that the rest are being held with someone the camera just can't pick up. She was charged with obstruction, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. On paper, it reads like a clean, simple case. The footage is anything but. Whatever she was responding to that night, most of it clearly wasn't standing in front of her. Case 4. The Thing by the Forklift. It's almost midnight on April 30th, 2023 in Las Vegas when a green fireball tears across the sky, too fast for a plane, too bright for a regular shooting star. A police officer out on a completely unrelated call happens to have his body cam running and ends up catching the whole thing without even trying. 22 other people, spread across 4 different states, look up at that exact same moment and see the same streak of light cut through the sky above them. Nobody has any idea what it is. NASA later steps in and calls it a small meteor. Says whatever survived, it would have landed hundreds of miles away, nowhere near a city, nowhere near anyone's backyard. But that explanation doesn't exist yet. 40 minutes after the fireball vanishes, a 16-year-old named Angel picks up his phone and calls 911. And what he tells the dispatcher is the reason this night never really left his family.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
He tells the dispatcher there are 2 creatures standing in his backyard. One of them is close to 8 feet tall, right next to a forklift parked in the yard. The other is sitting inside the cab of it, completely motionless, just watching.
Did you see it?
Yeah, me and him saw it.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet.
Did you see anything land in your backyard, or?
They see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big.
His brother and dad see it too. Not long after, Angel goes out with his brother to grab some tools when his brother calls him over, voice shaking, and tells him to look behind the forklift. Angel turns, and that's when he sees it. Tall, thin, a grayish-green color. The moment their eyes meet, his whole body locks up, the same sensation he'd later compare to sleep paralysis. Within seconds, the whole family is barricaded inside the house, too afraid to go anywhere near a window.
Keep in mind, I'm staring at him, and I look at his whole body, and he has a weird-looking feet and a big face, and eyes, and you can see a big mouth. And I could hear his loud, deep breathing, and I could see his stomach moving. He would just stare at me. Seconds later, I could start moving again, and I start running towards the house. That's when I call 911.
Angel says that from the second he locked eyes with it, he couldn't move, frozen solid for around 30 seconds, fully aware of everything happening around him, but unable to make his body respond. He watched its stomach rise and fall while it stared back without ever blinking, and he says the air around it looked distorted even before he could make out a clear shape, like heat shimmer off pavement, except there was nothing nearby hot enough to cause that.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or where did they go?
Well, they say that. I'm gonna show you.
You have a dirt backyard. Can you show me if there's a... And I'm sorry, did you see them go anywhere? No, you didn't. Did they probably go that way?
And here's where things take a turn. Before anyone's even knocked on the front door, you can hear one of the officers say, completely unprompted, that his partner separately saw something fall out of the sky that same night. This isn't a frightened family trying to make their story sound more credible. It's a police officer corroborating it before he's even heard their version.
At this point, I'm only with my brother, and I hear something fall from the sky. I turn around. The only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. And me and my brother looked at each other, and we were scared, but when the impact happened, it was sort of like a shock wave, like an out-of-body experience. And I hear thousands of footsteps around me. Here's a Ring camera video. You can hear the bang. This is around the neighborhood, so here's the video.
Officers head into the backyard to search it themselves, and this is where the story stops being simple. About 4 minutes of that search footage ends up redacted under Nevada's private property law. 4 minutes nobody outside the investigation has ever seen. The case is eventually closed as unfounded, which sounds definitive but isn't. It just means there wasn't enough evidence either way, not that anyone concluded the family made it up.
Don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
Somebody call NASA and tell them stop it.
I'll drive by and wave at you guys. You're on your own, bro.
So they went in the backyard and one of the officers pointed at the floor and it was a perfect circle. Here's a photo of the circle I'm referring to. Keep in mind, 2 officers came in my house and one of them started running to his car.
In the backyard, one of the officers points to the ground, a perfect circle burned into the dirt, and the family doesn't get to just move on from any of this. Unmarked government vehicles start rolling slowly past the house, men in suits and sunglasses that Angel starts referring to as men in black. And despite ruling the case unfounded, police come back and install a surveillance camera on the family's roof. What changes the most over time is how Angel describes it. He stops calling it an alien and starts calling it something closer to a demon. To this day, nobody has been able to explain what was actually standing in that backyard.